One,
Dose.
one,
2.
one.
Fish.
Go.
Blue.
Great.
Welcome back to BamJam, guys. We're back with Resident Evil 3. Jill was infected.
Yes, it's sad. It's a tragedy among tragedies. But luckily, quite frankly, we have the best doctors.
Just the best.
Just the best. This T virus
I'm gonna get you the vaccine.
it's just like a flu.
Alright, well, we're Carlos again. Yippee.
Great.
And we're in an infected hospital.
Great.
It has been a day. I believe we are now the day after Resident Evil 2.
Perfect.
You're gonna be okay. I promise.
So that means that everything is solved. Mr. X is
Mr. X is gone.
he's
Nemesis is
solved.
dead.
Gotta be the lab in the back. Stay frosty. I'm on my way.
Yeah, so everything's on the up and up, really,
Yep.
in the grand scheme of things.
The real up and up. Okay, I
The
get
up
a
and
cold
up.
drink. What do they got? What do they got? They got Dasani water. That's definitely Gatorade.
Or
Mountain
Mountain
Dew?
Dew, pitch black.
Ooh, you could be right. That's the one that there is nothing there. And then that is some kind of sparkling water. Maybe Powerade. Question. Powerade or Gatorade? Need to know. For the sake of our friendship. Which way do you swing?
You. What?
Powerade or Gatorade?
Which way do I swing?
Yes.
Golly. Probably. I mean, there's not a lot of moments in my life in which I have had Powerade. Truthfully, the last time I think I had access to Powerade was probably at a McDonald's. So I'm just gonna say Gatorade probably.
Okay, fair. There is a clear color that is best for everything.
Purple.
Oh, hold up. Can I be a genius real quick? Am I allowed to take her lockpick? Item box? Fuck. I thought I could take her lockpick.
Oh.
But I cannot, sadly. That's lame. Lame game.
I don't got time for this.
He doesn't have time for this. Exclamation point. Oh, I thought it was a blue.
Yeah, I did too, but I don't think they're in this one. Okay, well, I wanted to do cool things. But he's fucking lame. Is that a liquor? Did I just hear a liquor?
Liquor. I hardly know her.
Wow, that was... well...
You told me you were gonna
lady.
have good aim this time.
I really did. I'm failing you, I'm sorry.
Stab. Stab.
No, I don't have the knife equipped. Oh, he's got a normal slash. Jill does like a stab.
Does she really?
Yeah. When I come back as Jill, I'll show you.
I'm looking forward to it. I don't like that room. Whatever that room is. Ooh. Toy Uncle.
Toy Uncle, the creepiest man that ever came into existence. Just make sure I didn't miss any items. How do I get in there? How do I get into the out?
Like Toyota, but Toy Uncle.
Welcome to the office of Dr. Nathaniel Bard. Please state your
Ooh.
business clearly into the intercom.
Zombie virus. Yeah, help. Please. Like,
Dr. Bard, are you in there? I'm here to rescue you. Open the door.
No voice match found.
Voice match? What kind of sci-fi bullshit is this?
that's meta. That's meta.
How do I figure out what voice this is?
Press play.
Oh, I need a
Open
tape.
Sesame.
No voice match found.
Ah, there we go. Beautiful.
What kind of sci-fi bullshit is this? And he flexes on the camera.
Noises.
You're doing great, dude. You're doing
Thank you.
great.
I'm trying to concentrate.
And I'm
Please,
just supporting on this side.
Thank you. That's all I need in life is support. And I'm so glad you're finally giving it to me.
What episode of this do I bust out the Jill Cross Nemesis fanfiction?
Oh, right now. Nobody cares about
Well,
Carlos.
here's the thing. The ones that I did find are just so grotesque that it's kind of real difficult.
To read them?
Yeah.
I mean, technically we're not monetized yet.
I know. You're right.
Oh, fuck.
Okay. Okay. I'll preface. This is one I found. I knew we were we were into it when I read the tags of it. But this is one online by, I think it's the Tentacle Commander, so shout out to you, guy.
To the Tentacle Commander.
Yeah, the Tentacle Commander. And the story itself is called Tentacles Are Not Toys, parentheses, until they are. And
Put it back.
chapter 1 was a snooze fest. But chapter 2, boy oh boy, does it get right into it real quick. So do you want me to get into that?
Yes, please. While I'm doing all this and I'm
Okay, great.
distracted. Get the fuck away from me, you whore.
Awesome. Alright, well, here we go. Jill looked at him with wide eyes, not expecting to happen. That makes no sense. All she did was touch it, and the tyrant was literally...
Hold on, can I interrupt you for a second?
Yeah.
A dead body was thrown over the railing.
Oh. Well...
Continue.
Raggy?
Oh, God.
Anyways... we might have to do this in pieces, because I don't know how continuously I could read this. We'll see. All she did was touch it, and the tyrant was literally panting and shaking like she was touching a very sensitive spot. Yep, okay. But she's seen him ram the very same things against concrete. How? The monster had tilted his head to the side, looking as if he was trying to collect his wits about him. She could see the confusion in his eyes. Did she find a weakness with this big baby? Despite feeling a bit to put this in context, this is Jill and Nemesis. I want that to be clear. Okay. Despite feeling a bit bad that he was looking as if he both was trying not to freak out and yet restrained doing something, her curiosity pushed her to see if it was just a freak accident. And I don't know what that means. I'm assuming it means it's a pause or a page turn.
What do you mean?
It's ... X.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, it's like a separation. Alright, and here's where things go a little hog wild, so I'm sorry. She kissed the tip of the errant tentacle softly. And this is also one of the largest sentences you'll ever hear in your life. He could feel her breathing, and a warm yet strange shudder traveled down his spine.
May I interrupt you real quick for
Yeah.
a nurse's journal?
Sure. Do you want me to read it?
Yeah.
Admitted over 20 mystery illness patients. Patients in the isolation wing exhibiting severe limb necrosis, fever, muttering, delirium, and signs of hyperphagia. Possible infection? Tried every antiseptic. Still no blood work back from the research wing. Ask again. Dr. Young was bitten while treating one of the patients. We've disinfected the wound, but his fever won't go down. Nothing works. Meanwhile, the outpatient wing is complete anarchy. The patients are delirious and growing more violent by the minute. We've called in our off-duty staff. It's all hands on deck now. We've got to contain this chaos.
Alright, back to the fanfic.
Okay, because you stopped me right before the craziest sentence you'll hear in your life is.
Great.
So I'm gonna take it back 2 sentences, so we can get that.
Lay it on me.
She kissed the tip of the errant tentacle softly. He could feel her breathing, and a warm yet strange shudder traveled down his spine. And here's the biggest sentence you'll ever hear. Here we go. It was a strange sensation, like a mix of pleasure one gets when a prey is cornered, or when their flesh tearing... Oh, no. When their prey is cornered, or when something is bleeding out, submitting to his power, their flesh tearing and ripping apart, their fear reeking everywhere, begging before their skull and brain squishing and dripping out leaking, crying onto his tendrils, tearing apart like meat in his maw, stopping stupid, begging for life, the body twitching in his hands, ... That was all one sentence, and it's low-key bars.
Yeah, absolutely it is.
Or when he feels her feeling inside himself, give into urges, teetering on losing control of himself, only thinking of consuming and devouring her whole. No, this feels out of control, yet he has control of his impulses. But he feels strange. Can't she understand she's touching me, the real me?
Shut the fuck up. Alright, real quick.
That puts a little bit more human to Nemesis than I care to like. I don't like it.
You know what? Maybe he really is a tender soul. Maybe he just wants the whole tentacle in hand. You know?
Yeah.
But so I have played Resident Evil for a very long time, and I have never seen what looks like people just exploded.
Yeah. This should be good. Oh my
god. Holy crap.
Next paragraph. He feels her mouth engulf, then suck gently along the tentacle. Nemesis felt like both fainting and groaning out helplessly. He feels overloaded with the sensation of her warm flesh closing and sucking around him. Nemesis could only slowly cock his head to see her barely letting that appendage slip out of her mouth, a thin trail of drool following her retreating mouth, and then there's letters. No, why, don't,
Nurse's Journal, September 29th.
Great.
We
Go
tried.
ahead.
I swear to God we did. But there's nothing else to be done. The chaos is completely beyond control. Victims are pouring in now, dying and spreading the infection faster than we can reach them. So we've given up trying. Those of us who aren't infected have barricaded ourselves in here. We can hear the cries for help outside, the screaming, but none of us will go out there because it would be the end of us. I can't believe we've abandoned our patients. It's the worst sin imaginable for a nurse. I can't stop shaking. I want to live. I want to live. 9 p.m. We heard a helicopter flying overhead and immediately started crying and hugging each other, thinking a rescue team was on the way. But then the sound grew distant, and all we're left with now is the moaning of the dead, the silent screams in our heart. We're all about to lose our minds. Dr. Young, Ariana, Miranda, Dakota, I'm so sorry I failed you. Something's coming. Help me.
Oh.
Here's another note for you to read.
Memos from administration. ID card rules. ID cards are not to be taken off hospital grounds under any circumstances as per our security measures. All employees must store their ID card in their own personal lockers before returning home for the day. Thank you. The key to the locker room has gone missing. The last person to have it may have dropped it somewhere in the courtyard. Until it is recovered, we will keep a spare key here in the office. Please stop by administration at the end of your shift to borrow it. Perfect. Just fucking kick it open, Carlos. Are you okay? She softly grins, puzzled by his whole reaction to these touches before murmuring, "You attack with these. How are they so sensitive to you?" She tried to hide the incredulity in her voice, to gaze over at him, panting like a tired dog. Jill looked down to see the thing wiggle absently in her hand, it weeping out a thin fluid along her fingers. Her nose wrinkled. Virus. One obvious comparison came to mind, almost as an afterthought, as she laughed and went, "Are you saying that you, attack others with what amounts to a..." Do you have any comments so far?
I'm just taking it all in. I'm listening. What
Good.
amounts to a what?
Yeah, exactly. "No," was hurriedly scribbled down on the board, the tyrant almost seeming furious at such a comparison. "Oh, by the way, the story starts with them having a beautiful summer garden outside of their home."
Of course.
And also he speaks via like a whiteboard. So
okay.
Yeah. "You were reacting like it's used for you know." He quickly shakes his head. Nemesis points down to his crotch, then scribbles, "Not same." He seemed almost embarrassed by the comparison. "Well, if it's not that, is me touching you like this... is me touching this like me tickling you?" The question was said in slight mirth. There was no way him rolling backward like a drugged cat had anything to do with tickling. He was writhing now, which pleased her, and he didn't seem forthcoming with any more answers. Instead, he snorted, still miffed about the accusation, almost as if it wounds his pride. Okay, it gets a little weirder, but we're gonna have to stop soonish.
Well, let me clear this room out real quick.
Yes, sir. I don't want to leave on too big of a cliffhanger with this
wild ass story.
It's so weird, and also like almost very well written.
You know what? Honestly, yeah, I was kind of getting into it.
Like the vocab is impressive. Mirth, forthcoming, incredulity.
You know what? He's probably someone. Whoever wrote this was probably somebody in high school.
Oh yeah.
And had just learned those words.
Yeah, those hot words.
Yeah. The word of the week.
Word of the week: incredulity. He's like, hell yes, this is gonna fit perfectly in my smut.
Bitch, get off me. You know what? That was perfect. Give me that green herb. Alright, you know what? Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share with your favorite fanfic writer.
Perfect. We have social media. You can find us at BamJam channel on Instagram and Twitter. You can find us at BamJam on Facebook. Thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, you are all stars. Goodbye.
Goodbye.